You're listening to Reza Riffs with Keith Reza and Alan Lee, right here on LA Talk Radio.
Hi, Dee Wallace. How are you?
Boy, it takes a village, doesn't it?
Oh my God, I was so nervous. I was like, technology's on me now, huh?
Yeah, and I'm the worst. Do you need my Zoom up? Do you need my?
No, we just released the audio, so
Okay. Well,
yeah.
hi. Here I am.
Hi, Dee Wallace. How are you?
I'm sorry to panic you guys. Harlan didn't send me a link, which is not like him. So anyway, here we are.
Well, I think it's a Monday and then week of Thanksgiving. I think maybe.
Yeah.
So yeah, Harlan's
Everybody,
awesome.
Harlan is the most awesome. Yeah.
Holy Lord. Well, thank you so much. This is Victor Pacheco. He's the trusty sidekick.
Hey, hi, Victor, sidekick.
Hey.
Let me see your dog behind you. Oh my God.
Mine's a little one. That was at a dog park, but that's a 6-month-old Great Dane, or I don't know what that is. It's a humongous dog. It should have not been in the little dog park, but that was at the little dog park.
But how beautiful is it? And yours too.
Thanks.
I love doggies.
Yeah, they're the best.
Do you have any dogs?
Oh yeah. I always have a rescue.
Oh, that's awesome. No. I have a beagle and he's a pain in the behind, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, they can be. But then they turn around and they kiss you and they wag their tail and you forgive everything.
Yeah. I was watching Cujo the other night and my dog was being like a nightmare. And I was like, Boomer, this is what happens when you're a good dog.
Don't you be turning him against me now.
So Dee, I wanted to start with your healing work because I saw that you have a radio show and you write books and stuff. And it seems like that's the thing that you're really into recently. So I wanted to see, like, what was that? Like, what made you experience the journey to that?
I channeled when I was a little girl, which most kids do, actually. Most kids are just open to all the information that's hanging out for all of us. So I put it away when I went to college. I didn't pay too much attention to it. And then when Christopher, my husband, died, I kind of dropped to my knees and said, I don't want to be a victim and I don't want to be pissed off. And this is the important part. I want a way we can heal ourselves. So, the good book says, ask and ye receive. Well, that was an ask. And my channel reopened, and the first message I got was use the light within you to heal yourself.
Oh, that's awesome.
And so I got into all the I am discourses and the power of the statement I am. And that led me to doctors that worked with kinesiology and muscle testing, which led me to studying brain science. And I woke up one day and I went, oh my God, religion, brain science, and spirituality, we're all saying the same thing.
Yeah. Oh my God.
We're just using different words. So, my life started changing radically. I was teaching acting at the time and had one of the largest studios in LA, and their lives started to change, their careers started to change, and then their families wanted to work with me, and now I've got clients all over the world.
Oh, that's awesome. So how long did it take you, because you've written several books, how long did it take you to write a book for this journey?
Well, my latest book, Born, which is literally the formula for creating and manifesting in your life, took me about 6 weeks.
Whoa, really?
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's incredible.
I just go into the channel and the channel pretty much writes it for me. But I teach these principles every day. I teach them on my Sunday call-in show. I'm almost at my 800th episode of my radio show.
Oh, that's so great.
Incredible.
Yeah, and I do webinars every month. I've got one coming up on the predictions for 2024. I do a predictions at the end of the year every year. But it's just really, really empowering work that teaches you to accept the power and the responsibility that we're all given to create our own lives.
Yeah.
Because from time immemorial, we've been going, well, I'll wait for God, I'll wait for guides, I'll wait for the angels, I'll wait for a sign. And the universe is waiting for you. Yeah. We were put on this plane to practice free will. So the first most important aspect in the creation process is you've got to know what you want. Everybody thinks they do. Hardly anybody really does.
Yeah.
And you have to commit to it and live and love around it. For example, people who want money don't like money. That will never create money for you.
That's true.
The most powerful force we have to create with is love. But when we don't have something, we don't love the fact that we don't have it. And so choosing to go into love around whatever it is, our mental mind goes, huh? That doesn't make any sense, right? But that's the quickest way to manifest. Know what you want, commit to it, feel lots of love around it, and tell the universe to come partner with you.
Yeah, that's true. I like what you say about the money thing too, because that's so true. Like, because I know a lot of famous folks, and they have money, and they always give homeless people thousands of dollars and stuff. But I have no money, so I love money. But I feel like if I ever get famous enough, I won't love money. You know what I mean? I'll be like, it's just paper.
That's kind of BS.
Yeah, really? You don't think so?
Yeah, I do. I mean, guys, I just call it like it is. Guys, look, money has no consciousness, right?
No, exactly.
So it's your consciousness that decides what you do with your money.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Well, then why would you think if you make a lot of money, you'd have to hate it? That's an old farty religious belief.
Oh, okay. All right.
See, a long time ago, the popes and the kings got together and they said, well, we can't let them know how powerful they really are because then we'll lose our power. So let's teach them if they give us the land, they can get into heaven, and those limiting beliefs are still ingrained in the energy and the DNA of who we are until we redirect that belief. Now, that takes me into the need to direct energy.
Yeah.
So nobody can think a thought, feel a feeling, or hold a belief for you that you don't choose or want, correct?
Oh, definitely. I believe that. Yeah.
Okay. That makes you the God of you on this plane. But most people don't accept that power.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean, no, I just feel bad. Well, you can choose to feel good.
No, definitely.
feeling isn't something that is put upon you that you have no power over.
Yeah.
Neither is a thought, neither is a belief. And what blew my mind a few weeks ago, the channel was expanding the explanation of as you believe, it is delivered to you.
Yeah.
And the channel said, look, Dee, if somebody does something that you call wrong and they don't have a belief that it's wrong, they do not reap repercussions for it being wrong because they have no belief that it is, which kind of sums up and explains everything that's going on in our political system right now.
No, definitely. Yeah. Wow. I like that. And then the one question that I got from Harlan's notes that I actually really wanted to ask because I thought was really good is, what do you think makes people afraid? And I wanted to ask you, are you afraid of anything? And how did you overcome that?
Sure, of course. I wanted to say I'm human, and my channel is going. That's a cop out, Dee, and you know it.
You call it how it is.
I have to say, I don't live in fear very much at all in my life anymore.
Yeah.
I had a little health challenge in July, and I fell into that automatic reaction that we all do. And all of a sudden I stopped and I went, okay, fear and worry are negative prayers. I know that. You're literally praying for what you don't want when you worry and are in fear. So what do I want? What do you want, Dee? I want a healthy and well body.
Yeah.
I want full energy. I want vitality. So then you have to take the I want into the I am.
Oh.
I am a healthy and well body. I am a vital, energetic person, right? Because anything you say after I am is a direction to your energy to carry out. So most of us have been trained to say what we don't want to express what we do want.
Yeah. I like that.
You know, when I go out and speak, I'll have somebody come up to the stage and I'll go, okay, what do you want? Well, I don't want to have to worry about money. Good. What do you want? Well, I don't want to be in fear of money all the time. Good. What do you want? This can go on for 20 minutes. I'm not kidding.
No, I love it. I think it's so interesting.
They get so pissed off at me that they go, my God, I want money. I went, great. That's the first time you've told me what you want.
Oh my God.
Because, you know, we're electrical beings, guys. They measure our hearts with electrocardiograms. They measure our brains with electroencephalograms. So every thought and feeling we send out has an electrical impulse.
Yeah.
That goes out into the world, which is electromagnetic.
Yeah.
So whatever thought and feeling we send out, the universe's job is to match that, not question it, not discuss it, not to value it, just match it. So if you keep sending out, I don't have money and I don't like not having money and I don't like money, the universe has to match that. It sends it back to you in experiences that match that, which means you keep creating for yourself not enough money.
Yeah. but like I like that because it's also the exact opposite. So like for example, what I want is I just want Dee Wallace to smile. And I feel like
You got that, baby. You got it's hard for Dee Wallace not to smile.
so
Sure.
I feel like as long as
Especially-
I got that, I'm good.
Especially when I'm looking at the dog's ass behind Victor.
Oh,
I thought you were looking at me. I'm like, okay, smile. Okay, otherwise she's gonna think you're scary Mexican.
I know. You guys
Hold on.
you've got great juju.
oh, awesome. Well,
Let me censor this dog. Sorry. Let me censor this dog.
No, he's got his butt up in the air and his tail's
Oh my
wagging.
God.
That's a happy doggy.
Oh my God.
now,
Oh my God.
now we'll move on into your career. I wanted to ask you, E.T., which I think is one of the best movies of all time.
Well, you have good taste.
Oh, thank you. And I wanted to ask you, did you know while you were being Drew Barrymore's mom that she was going to be so huge?
That she was going to be so huge?
Yeah.
Or the movie?
Well, the movie was great too, but like Drew Barrymore was
no, guys, and you don't even think about stuff like that. I mean, I knew she was very precocious, very smart, very clever. I was sitting in my high director's chair the first day on the set, and she came over and she looked up at me and she said, "Good morning, Dee. Hi, I'm going to sit on your lap now."
Oh.
I said, "Well, come on up, Drew. Not can I. I'm going to sit on your lap now." So we always knew she was a Spitfire, yeah, but nobody knew the movie was going to be what it is.
Yeah.
Or that any of us were going to come out of it the way we did. I don't think creative people ever think that way. You just go in to do the best job you can do as truthfully as you can.
Yeah. That's awesome. Victor, you had a question for Dee, right?
Yeah. What was it like working with Tommy Lee Jones?
Holy hell, I've never gotten that question.
Really?
Yeah.
Keith fed me that question. I have a couple of other questions, but Keith wanted me to ask that one right now.
I adore Tommy. Now, let me follow that up by I had to learn to love Tommy on the movie that we did. It was a Western.
Stranger on My Land. Yeah.
Yeah, Stranger on My Land. And Tommy's, you kind of have to earn his respect.
Yeah.
And so it was like, yeah, hi, Dee Wallace. Yeah, good. And then he said to me, "So you like horses?" I said, "Oh, I love horses." He said, "They're the dumbest animals in the world." I said, "Really? You think that?" I really have an affinity for them. "Who's doing the writing for you in the show?" I said, "I'm doing my writing." Well, in that moment, Dee Wallace changed before the eyes of Tommy Lee Jones.
Oh my God.
Really?
"You're going to do your own writing, huh? You know how to write?" I said, "Well, I wouldn't say I'm a rodeo writer, but I know how to write. And I love it."
A rodeo writer. I'm going to use that. That's good.
And then we got to a really highly dramatic scene and we rehearsed it. And Tommy came over and he looked at me and now you have to see Tommy when I do this. He said, "That's the way you're going to play it?" He said, "Yep, Tommy, that's the way I'm going to play it." And he went, "All right, I'll go the other way."
Wow.
I mean, I ended up having a lovely friendship with Tommy Lee Jones. And what a talent.
Oh, yeah.
What a talent he is. Thanks for that question. Boy, I've never had that question before.
Of course, we try and get questions you never had. I'm sure you get a lot of ET ones, but we try. That's all we could do is try. I also, you probably have heard this one, but you did this one called Red Christmas, which
Yeah.
I thought was great because one, you were the main star, and two, I found out you produced it. So I wanted to know, like,
Well, okay, so
how did that come about?
well, how that came about was the director and I became very good friends, and I had a lot of ideas that I threw out, and I brought in a lot of ideas during the shoot. And he called me afterwards and he said, Dee, I would like your permission to add your name as a producer because I feel like you gave so much and so much creativity to this shoot. And I said, well, isn't that nice to be honored like that? You absolutely have my permission. So no, I didn't get paid for it. And well, let me rephrase that. I got paid through my heart a lot.
Right. Oh, that's awesome, because usually, like, when you produce stuff, like like you lose money and then hope to gain money. You know what I mean? So it's kind of cool that you didn't have to put a nickel down from it.
There's a belief I think you should reevaluate and
Oh,
redirect.
okay.
Just
That's
saying.
that's not it. Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Because you are producing this show, right?
Oh, yes, definitely.
Okay, so your intention is not to lose money, right?
No, my intention is to make people smile.
That's right. We're
Yeah.
making people smile, and it's okay if we make money doing it.
Oh, yeah. And it's also okay if you lose money, because that's the important thing, is making people smile in my heart.
Okay.
Okay.
I would say to the universe, I want it both.
Oh, yeah.
And I deserve to have it both.
Definitely.
So my first intention is to serve, and it's totally fine with me if I make a lot of money doing it.
That's a great question.
So that gives me the choice of doing a little independent film where I can choose to take less and help them out, or to do big studio films or bigger independent films where I still serve and I make the money I should make.
Yeah, definitely. I wanted to ask, because your resume has so many films on it that
you think?
Yeah. But do you remember, like, for example, like, because I do stand up and I don't remember exactly everywhere where I perform, but do you remember, like, every single film you've done? Like, is it a baby to you, or do you just, like, sometimes forget the ones that go
I
out of your
couldn't
head?
tell you what I did 2 years ago.
Okay. All right.
I just, after a while, I mean, obviously E.T. and Cujo and The Howling and films like that. I'm actually writing my next book. Tell me what you think about this title.
Okay.
Horror stories from the life in horror films.
I love it.
That's great.
It's
great.
all the back stories that happened to me. Let me tell you, much more horrifying than the films. But yeah, I'm so in the moment, and I'm so there when I'm shooting, and then it's done and my brain goes, okay, don't need to know those lines, remember, let's move on.
Yeah. Well, because my other question is, you probably might not remember this film, but it's actually one of my favorite
dear
films.
God, here we go.
It was called Grand Piano. It was with John Cusack, Elijah Wood, and you. And I just wondered if you remember filming that.
Not a
Oh
thing.
my God.
I remember I did it.
Yeah.
Don't have a clue.
Oh, awesome. That's great.
I'll have to watch it again now. Now you've got me. I know I did it.
Keith, what's it about? Just give like a 2-sentence synopsis.
Okay.
So
Yeah, please. What's it about?
So what's it about is Elijah Wood is a piano player, and he's being targeted by assassin in the orchestra to play this piano really, really, really good because it unlocks a safe that has a whole bunch of government secrets.
Where do I come in?
Oh, you were just in the orchestra, like you were the lady who's like the manager of the orchestra. You had a few scenes. I thought it was great.
I see. Okay, well, I'm going to watch it now. Let me know what I think of my performance.
Next time you come back, I want that answered.
Look, let me tell you, Harlan, my publicist, told me about a month ago that right now I'm almost at my 300th film credit, and I have more film credits than any other living actor right now.
Oh, that's awesome.
Congratulations.
Well,
Amazing.
if it's true. And I said, well, damn, Harlan, that either makes me old or iconic, and I'm going to pick the last one. But I'm really, really lucky. One, I'm a woman. Two, I'm older, and I keep working.
Yeah.
So that is my clear direction to the energy in the universe, that I thrive until I make my transition.
Yeah.
I ain't sitting around waiting to die, guys.
You just want to keep working, doing your thing. Bring the Dee Wallace to everyone. I like that.
You bet. Bringing my smile out there for you.
Victor, what's your last question? Because we want to respect Dee's time.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
absolutely. You talk about, I have a couple of questions, but let me just ask one then.
That's all right. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
You talk about the universe, and like when I was young, I didn't really know what people meant until I took hallucinogens, and I was wondering what your view on psychedelics were. Sorry, I don't know if that's inappropriate. My bad.
What? Well, half the show has been inappropriate, dude. I'm probably the last one to ask Victor. I've never done I think I've smoked 2 joints in my life. And I don't like to be out of control.
Yeah.
Except when I'm acting. When I'm acting, that's probably like, if you watch Cujo,
Yeah.
that's my life on psychedelic drugs right there.
Didn't you get really sick on Cujo? Or
they had to treat me for exhaustion for 3 weeks afterwards.
oh my
God.
Yeah, well, it was brutal. And every scene you see, all this high emotion and physicality, we probably did 12 to 15 times, because I had a 6-year-old kid, and 13 dogs to work with.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So, and only one D. It was funny. The first day on the set, we started at the scene in the car where he comes around and it's a jump scare. And we rehearsed it a couple of times, and Lewis came over, our director, Lewis Teague, and said, Dee, what do you think about using the dog for the master and then having somebody fill in as the dog for you and Danny when we're well, inside my mind was going, are you effing kidding me?
Right.
But I wanted to be a team player, and I knew that it was in consideration of the dogs. I said, I don't know, Lewis, let's try it. So we get our energy all up, and he says, all right, the dogs just attacked the other side, and you're saving your kid, and here he comes, and here he is, he's around the door. And Lewis goes, rah, rah, rah. Well, Danny loses it, laughing.
Yeah.
And then I hear somebody on the crew over here, and then somebody, pretty soon the whole damn place is giggling. And I went, Lewis, I don't think it's going to work. What do you think? He said, yeah, I don't think it's going to work either. You know, we were never afraid of the dogs. And when you got your energy and got into the scene and everything, it could be scary.
Yeah.
Not because you were afraid of the dogs, just because you were in the scene, you know. I love you, Lewis, but you didn't make a very good scary dog.
Ah. Now, Dee, my last question for you is, if you could go in a time machine and talk to a younger Dee Wallace and tell her what you know now, like what would you say to a younger Dee Wallace? It could be tomorrow, it could be from yesterday, it could be from 20 years ago.
I would look at her and say, I just want you to know you turn out pretty damn good.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, I really love who I am.
Yeah.
And I couldn't say that always. But I just thank my mommy every day for all of the integrity and love and talent that she gave me.
I'm so glad you said that and you didn't say, don't do Keith Reza's podcast.
Never, Keith.
Now, Dee, where can the folks at home follow and support you?
I am deewallace.com.
All right.
And you can tune in to my live show every Sunday morning, 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Ask the channel anything that you want. If you go on my home page on my website, it'll tell you how to call into the show.
Awesome. Well, Dee, thank you so much for doing it. I know we got off to a late start with a miscommunication, but thank you so much. It really meant the world to us. And I'm very thankful for you. You made my Thanksgiving. So thank you.
Thank you, guys. And happy Turkey Day.
All righty. Have a great day, Dee.
Bye. Love to everybody.
All right, guys. That was the show with Dee Wallace. Subscribe, rate, review, tell a friend, and we'll see you guys next week.
You're listening to Reza Riffs with Keith Reza and Alan Lee right here on LA Talk Radio.